Hi everybody, welcome. It's Tony Avitia from Timeshare Tips and Tricks and my company Timeshare Simplify. Just want to go over a quick video on how to either sell or exit your timeshare. So one of the biggest questions I get is what do I do with it when I don't want it any longer? And it is a kind of a tough question to answer because it depends on like where you own at, who you own with, how long you've owned it, and a lot of those things. The first step you want to do if you want to sell or get rid of your timeshare is to go to eBay, type in the name of your property or your resort developer, and try to figure out what they're selling for on there, because that kind of gives you the best market. Because if people are giving them away for nothing, then it's going to be kind of hard for you to charge, $20,000 a week. So it really gives you a good idea of how much your program really retails for on the secondary market. And it is disappointing for a lot of owners to find out that this thing they paid $20,000-$30,000 for per week is not really worth much on the secondary market. And one of the biggest reasons that is because timeshare is a product that's sold, not bought. A lot of people, probably you, never woke up in the morning and decided, hey, I want to go buy a timeshare. So the only people that looking are people that really want a good deal, or they've found a broker that does a good job. And so sometimes you can get some money for them that way if you pick the right broker. So first thing you do, kind of go there so you can manage your expectations of what you can get. And then the second thing, if you're going to sell it, never pay any of these companies that charge you an upfront fee to list your timeshare for sale. Or if they say that they have buyers lined up and they have somebody waiting to buy it, anybody who charges an upfront fee 95% of the time is usually not doing it in good faith, and a lot of those companies are getting arrested and going to jail. Actually, some of them having to pay huge fines. So really be careful who you sell with. If you're going to sell it, I recommend going to the website www.ltrba. That's the Licensed Timeshare Resale Brokers Association, and what it is, it's a group of honest realtors and brokers that will actually get your timeshare sold for you. And you go on their website and you can find somebody that's even local in your area who's a broker who can help you get out of it. And they don't charge any upfront fees. Typically they just charge a commission on the back end, just like a normal real estate transaction. And then they can give you kind of a good idea on how much you can expect to get from your resort. So those are that's my option. If you want to sell it, that's your best option. You can even, some of the bigger developers like Marriott, Westin, and I believe Hilton, they do have buyback programs. So you might want to call them first, because a lot of times they'll make you a decent offer. I mean, compared to what you'd get for it online, where it's actually not a half bad thing to sell it right back to the developer. But only a few of the companies do that, and it's more the higher end ones. So most people don't own those ones. But if you do own like a Marriott, you can call them up. They have their own resale division. They'll give you an offer right there. Now sometimes it's pretty low, so it's up to you on whether to accept it. But sometimes, I had one lady, she was paying more for her Hawaii week than she bought it for, but of course she bought a pricey Hawaii week. So like anything, it all depends on what you own and what your program is as well. So that would be an option if you're going to sell it. Otherwise, you could try family, friends, or posting it on Facebook. Sometimes you have a family or friend that sees how much you travel and they want to do the same, so they might be willing to take over your payments or buy it from you. Now that's kind of a few and far between type of situation, but it is an option you can explore. And then also, what other ones that have came out are these timeshare exit companies. So a lot of them do a good job. I mean, it kind of goes against the what I was just saying about paying companies up front, but what you're paying them for is the attorney services and things. So what they use is like the laws, because most timeshare companies are heavily regulated by the state, and pretty much in every timeshare sale they've broken at least one of these laws. So they really utilize the laws to kind of get the timeshare companies to just give up and not want to go to court, and they usually can get you out of your contract. The only downside to those is you have to pay a fair amount of money up front to get out of it. But a lot of times you have to calculate out, if you have a $400 a month payment for your Hilton property, and $2,500 a year in maintenance, well, you're paying $4,800 a year in monthly payments, plus $2,000, you're paying $7,000 a year. So And to try and sell a timeshare with a mortgage is almost virtually impossible, just because you're not going to get that much for it anyways, let alone to have somebody take over this, you know, $400 payment. So if you have a loan on it, one of your only options is to use one of those exit companies. What I've done on my website is actually partnered with one that I did a lot of research on. I know people who have done business with them. His name is John Kirk out of Florida. So I do have somebody I partnered with that can help you with that if so you need be, and that way you know the research is done and they're trustworthy and you're getting a good representation. So you can find them on my website, timesharesimplified.com, if you so want, or you can call my offices at 800-461-5037. That's 800-461-5037, and we can give you an estimate or tell you where to look or answer any further in-depth questions you have. But I hope this video helps in any way, and leave in the comments any questions you have or any other topics you'd like me to cover, and we'll do my best to cover them. And maybe we won't have the kids running around so much in the backyard next time, but there's never a quiet time around my house, so I have to do the videos when I can. But thank you guys, God bless, and let me know if you need any help. Bye.